Now, all the action centered in Uttar Pradesh. Here we're looking at heavyweights across parties, all in Western UP ahead of assembly polls in the state. BJP has released a campaign song for the polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has addressed a rally in Bulandshahr. He will also be holding a door-to-door campaign in Loni. Meanwhile, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi will also interact with voters of Bulandshahr and Siana ahead of polls. Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav and RLD Chief Jayant Chaudhary will, in fact, they were also seen together in Bulandshahr. The duo will also seek votes in Siana, Khurja, Sikandrabad, Anupshahr and Noida. BSP Supremo Mayawati will be holding her second election campaign in Ghaziabad's Kavinagar. AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi will also visit Uttar Pradesh's Meerut to conduct a Jan Sabha as well as a door-to-door campaign interacting with people there. Western Uttar Pradesh, one of the most politically sensitive and highly polarized areas, will vote in the initial phase of the assembly election on February 10th.
इस उत्तर प्रदेश में पुलिस रिफॉर्म की बात एक सपना था। तो इस बारे में कोई सोचता ही नहीं था, क्योंकि सत्ता में आने के बाद पुलिस लोगों के लोक कल्याण का और राज्य की छवि को सुधारने का माध्यम नहीं, बल्कि व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थों के एजेंडे का हिस्सा हो जाता था। और परिणाम सबके सामने है। उत्तर प्रदेश में पुलिस बल में भर्ती नहीं हो पाती थी। लगभग 1.5 लाख पुलिस की भर्ती सफलतापूर्वक उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर इस दौरान हुई।
चुनाव को विकास के आधार पर लड़ना चाहिए कि जो जनता है, जो जनता के मुद्दे हैं वही उठने चाहिए और उन्हीं पे चर्चा होनी चाहिए। जनता जानना चाहती है कि विकास के लिए क्या किया है, क्या सड़कें बनाई हैं, क्या शिक्षा के लिए संस्थान बनाए हैं, क्या आप सेहत की सुविधाएं कहाँ हैं, कैसे हैं, आप बना रहे हैं, नहीं बना रहे हैं, ये बातें सुनना चाहती है जनता। जाति पर आधारित और सांप्रदायिकता पर आधारित चुनाव नहीं लड़ना चाहिए।
All right, let me quickly cut across to our reporters joining live. We have Abhishek Mishra from Sirathu and Maushami as well joining us live from Bulandshahr. Cutting across to Abhishek, first over to you. We are seeing all the top guns out there who are currently campaigning, trying to consolidate their votes barely about a week ahead of polls in Uttar Pradesh. What's the pulse like on ground?
Well, absolutely, Nabila. It is very important, specifically in this belt, because Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Maurya has filed his nomination from Sirathu. And it was not just about the nomination, it is about giving a message how the top leadership is fighting this battle on another level, because National President JP Nadda has come here for his nomination along with UP in charge Dharmendra Pradhan, Union Minister Anupriya Patel and of course the other leaders. It is very important with the fact that how Sirathu is going to be again in the center because of Deputy Minister Keshav Maurya, and the battle is intense between the Samajwadi Party and the BJP. We have seen how in Western Uttar Pradesh, the war of word is continuing. CM Adityanath is aggressive, and at the same time, Keshav Maurya, who is once again in the battlefield, had filed the nomination from Sirathu, is also speaking about the work the BJP has done. So it's quite clear that the development is indeed an agenda for the BJP, but the opposition, on the other hand, is also very vocal about it, raising questions. But today, the nomination has been filed, and JP Nadda has made his presence here in Sirathu, supporting his candidature and also giving a report card of the Yogi government. Yes.
All right, I'm going to cut across to Maushami joining us on the other hand. Maushami from Bulandshahr. Maushami, what do you see on ground there? We hear Amit Shah also gave out a big speech. There's all the political big guns out there in Western Uttar Pradesh really trying to get their vote bank together. And one last ditch effort, it appears, until elections in a week's time.
Nabila, if you're covering one of the door-to-door road shows like these, you can really hear all the honking and of course the slogan hearing that I can actually hear. And you can see that we are covering one of these campaigns of Akhilesh Yadav and Jayant Chaudhary in Bulandshahr. This is actually a BJP stronghold, and Yogi Adityanath, the UP CM, has campaigned thrice in these elections, but blaring horns, sirens and a cavalcade of cars is what you can see. People on bikes, RLD and SP flags. Bulandshahr today is witnessing a high-octane battle, a high-octane campaign. Amit Shah in Bulandshahr, Priyanka Gandhi, Vadra is also in Bulandshahr, Jayant Chaudhary and Akhilesh duo are also in Bulandshahr. Even as the attacks continue against each other, it is actually the people-to-people contact that will really matter. A prestige battle being fought in Western UP. The Jats, the Muslims, and of course all the other communities are being wooed by different parties. A battle, they say, between Bajrangbali and Bahubali, while Akhilesh says this is a battle for Bhaichara. So really political lines have been drawn, and the entire election pitch getting feverish here on ground zero.
Right, Maushami, you did rightly mention it is a BJP stronghold, but we're seeing Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also going to be reaching out in a door-to-door campaign in Bulandshahr. You also have Jayant and Akhilesh, all of them trying the same vote bank, which ideally is a strong belt for the BJP itself. How are people responding to them?
Absolutely, if you remember in the past, Nabila, 2014, 2017, 2019 has been a walkover of sorts for the BJP. Pawan, just show the viewers the visuals. Actually, as we get you the pulse and the mood on ground zero, तो कौन जीतने वाला है? कौन जीतने? अखिलेश यादव. He is holding an RLD flag and cheering for Akhilesh Yadav. We see mostly RLD supporters here. कौन जीतेगा नेताजी?
पार्टी जिंदाबाद, अखिलेश यादव जिंदाबाद, अखिलेश यादव जिंदाबाद. सातों सीट जीतेंगे, सातों.
7 seats are in the BJP's kitty. If you look at Western UP, more than 120 seats. Yogi Adityanath and the BJP bagged more than 100 seats in this entire belt. The first phase will witness a very crucial battle because that is going to set, in fact, the stage for the several phases to come and build the tempo for whichever side. And that's why this battle is being fought tooth and nail.
Right.
A lot of youngsters is what we spot. Some children also donning the RLD cap here, Nabila.
All right, it seems like all the action on ground in Western Uttar Pradesh, Bulandshahr particularly. Maushami, you enjoy your ride there on that vehicle. Do stay safe. Meanwhile, of course, we're looking at barely about 10 days away for Uttar Pradesh to go to polls. Now, the war of words intensifies undoubtedly between BJP's Yogi Adityanath and SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav. Chief Minister Yogi takes UP ke Ladke Jaib and Akhilesh Yadav and Jayant Chaudhary. SP Chief counters that, says Jinnah will be defeated, Ganna will win the UP elections this time. Our next report with more on that.
They were the original UP ke Ladke. Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav joined hands to take on BJP in 2014, but the campaign flopped. And this time UP ke Ladke are backed, but with a twist. With less than 10 days to go for UP polls, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has taunted the Akhilesh Jayant Jodi by branding them UP ke Ladke.
ये दो लड़कों की जोड़ी 2017 में भी बनी थी, 2014 में भी बनी थी. 2017 में प्रदेश की जनता ने एक दिल्ली में रहने वाले और एक लखनऊ में रहने वाले दोनों जोड़ी को कहा था कि तुम इस लायक हो ही नहीं भाई.
Back in the day, when UP ke Ladke Akhilesh and Rahul came together, it failed to generate any buzz. Yogi Adityanath says that UP ke Ladke 2.0 won't be any different.
ये कवायद के दिन तक भी तुम्हारी जो है कयामत के दिन तक भी तुम्हारा ये सपना साकार नहीं होने वाला है, ये मान करके चल लो. लेकिन ये देख लो 10 मार्च के बाद ये पूरी गर्मी शांत करवा देंगे.
Now the bitter rivalry from past has once again come back into the focus, but with a new face. Speaking exclusively to India Today, Akhilesh Yadav trained guns on Yogi Adityanath.
उत्तर प्रदेश को डबल इंजन की सरकार ने बर्बाद कर दिया। शिक्षा का क्षेत्र बर्बाद है, रोजगार है नहीं, तो गर्मी तो स्वाभाविक आएगी। जो खिसियाता है, जिसके पास जवाब नहीं है, वो गर्म होता है। गर्म वो नहीं होता है जिसके पास जवाब हो।
Jayant Chaudhary too did not pull any punches to target UP Chief Minister.
लोग उत्तेजित हैं, लोगों का अपमान आप नहीं कर सकते। हाथरस की घटना लोगों को याद है, जिस तरह से लाठियां चलाई गई वो याद है। किसानों का आंदोलन इतने लंबे समय चला, आपने वो जो कील बिछाई, लखीमपुर में गाड़ी रौंद के चली गई, वो सबको याद है।
Will this new brand of UP के लड़के be able to do what old alliance could not? We will know on 10th of March. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, here's some big news that we're currently tracking. Amit Shah, the BJP now once again reaching out to RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary. Amit Shah there says to Jayant, and I quote, SP didn't listen to your father, they won't listen to you either. Amit Shah further says, if Akhilesh forms the government, Azam Khan will walk out of jail. Here's Amit Shah in a bid to try and woo Jayant Chaudhary, the RLD chief, yet again. In fact, this is a large Jat community vote base which was so far loyal to the BJP, has now a bone of contention with the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are unwilling to join hands because of the farmers' stir. Has been accusing the BJP of not supporting the farmers' movement, and of course over the farm laws that is now revoked, but still hold a grouse with the BJP on that. Amit Shah now trying another attempt there to reach out to Jayant Chaudhary, and he says, SP didn't listen to your father, they won't listen to you. If Akhilesh forms the government, Azam Khan will walk out of jail. Abhishek Mishra joining us live for more on that. Abhishek, what exactly has Amit Shah said in an attempt to woo Jayant Chaudhary? What was his comment?
Well, Amit Shah has clearly said one thing which is very important, that Akhilesh Yadav, who could not be, a real son to his own father, and what he has done to his uncle and all those things which happened in 2017, just before the elections last time, how he's going to, benefit Jayant, and how this alliance is trustable. That is something which he has raised a major question. It looks like, Nabila, very clearly that the RLD and the Samajwadi Party alliance has become a major challenge for the BJP. Earlier also we have seen how the top leaders of the BJP have been questioning this, and at the same time, giving some narratives out there about, Ladke ka saath and all those things. They also spoke about how in 2017, Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav also came together, but nothing happened. This time, since RLD in Western Uttar Pradesh is going to be a bigger player, the farmers' agitation and the kind of support Jayant Chaudhary is getting from the Jat community, and the combination of Muslim and Jat is something which the BJP has been trying to dent. And Amit Shah, time and again, has said one thing, that about questioning this alliance, its integrity, and once again he has hit out at Akhilesh Yadav by making this comment. Yes.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, Abhishek. On that, Amit Shah there, another attempt as he persuades in his speech there, where he speaks in Uttar Pradesh's Bulandshahr, tries to persuade Jayant Chaudhary, another attempt that he makes. Now, RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary has sparked a controversy with a sexist jibe that he's made. Speaking on the invite from BJP to join the Saffron Party, Jayant has said that he does not want to join the BJP and become another Hema Malini. Here's what he said.
इसको तो अमित शाह ने कह दिया, योगेश आजा, तेरा हेमा मालिनी बना दूंगा। और ना जाने कैसी बातें मेरे लिए भी कह रहे हैं। कोई प्यार नहीं, कोई लगाव नहीं हमारे लिए। 7 साल में किसान घाटे पर। और मैं कह रहा हूँ, मुझे खुश करके क्या मिल जाएगा? मुझे तो नहीं बनना हेमा मालिनी।
Actor politician Hema Malini dragged into the Uttar Pradesh dangal yet again, this time by RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary. A crude sexist jibe naming Hema to target Home Minister Amit Shah. The RLD chief accused Amit Shah of poaching his party men by promising them Hema Malini like perks. He added that he has no intention of taking Shah's offer and turning into another Hema Malini.
ने कह दिया योगेश आजा तेरा हेमा मालिनी बना दूंगा और ना जाने कैसी कैसी बातें मेरे लिए भी कह रहे हैं कोई प्यार नहीं कोई लगाव नहीं हमारे लिए 7 साल में और मैं कह रहा हूँ मुझे खुश करके क्या मिल जाएगा मुझे तो नहीं बनना हेमा मालिनी
Jayant also hit out at the BJP over Lakhimpur Kheri violence and sought the resignation of Union Minister Ajay Kumar Teni.
वो 700 किसानों परिवारों के लिए क्या किया आपने टेनी जी मंत्री क्यों बने बैठे हैं रोज जो है सुबह उठते हैं और नफरत घोलने का काम शुरू कर देते हैं और कोई काम नहीं है
But it was the RLD chief's Hema Malini jibe which has come under strong attack from the BJP, which has asked Jayant to apologize for what they call a sexist mindset.
देखिए ऐसा है जयंत चौधरी फ्रस्ट्रेशन के में हैं क्योंकि हेमा मालिनी का नाम इसलिए ले रहे हैं एक बार हेमा मालिनी से हार गए अब गए वो बागपत में डॉक्टर सत्यपाल सिंह से हार गए और उनके पिताजी वहाँ हार गए मुजफ्फरनगर में वो अंडर फ्रस्ट्रेशन हैं जहाँ तक किसानों का सवाल है किसानों के लिए जितना बीजेपी ने किया इतना किसी पार्टी ने किया ही नहीं है
मुझे लगता है कि किसी भी महिला के संदर्भ में उनको यह शब्द नहीं बोलना चाहिए वह चौधरी चरण सिंह जी के पोते हैं जो आर्य समाज के मानने वाले थे और एक आदर्श नेता थे जिस प्रकार की स्थिति उन्होंने क्रिएट किया है उसे सारे महिलाओं का उन्होंने अपमान किया है और इसके लिए सारे महिलाओं से उनको क्षमा मांगनी चाहिए
The BJP is locked in a fight with the RLD Samajwadi Party alliance for Jat votes in UP, leading to a huge war of words.
न्योता उन्होंने बड़ा फीका दिया है क्योंकि 5 साल में उन्होंने किसानों के लिए कोई काम नहीं किया अभी कल परसों ही इलाहाबाद में जिस तरह का बल प्रयोग बिहार में और यूपी में नौजवानों पे हुआ तो वो कैसे सोच सकते हैं कि इस माहौल में कोई उनके साथ हाथ मिलाना चाहेगा
With Samad Srivastav in Lucknow, Bureau Report, India Today.
The nation is at risk from outside, from inside. The nation is at risk from inside, and that is a very dangerous place for a nation to be.
Rahul's newfound aggression.
I know that many of you will just rubbish what I'm saying. I understand it. That's what you've been told to do.
Amidst an all-out state of war, Rahul's Modi-like Amar Jawan Jyoti Act. But big attacks on the centre backfire. After top ministers and the US demolish Attack Raga.
You have brought Pakistan and China together. And this is the single biggest crime that you could commit against the people of India.
I will leave it to the Pakistanis and the PRC to speak to their relationship. I certainly would not endorse those remarks.
Locked and ready, Rahul reloaded.
Now, a day after a fiery speech in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi today will honour soldiers at the Chhattisgarh Amar Jawan Jyoti. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will lay the foundation stone of a memorial in Chhattisgarh's Raipur for soldiers and security personnel who lost their lives in the line of duty and will house an eternal flame on the lines of the Amar Jawan Jyoti. The move comes even as several Congress leaders, including Rahul Gandhi himself and Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, criticised the government over merging the Amar Jawan Jyoti at the India Gate in Delhi with the National War Memorial, even as the centre justified that move. The Chhattisgarh Amar Jawan Jyoti will have a brown marble wall with names of soldiers inscribed on it and a memorial tower as well. Now, during his day-long visit to Chhattisgarh, Rahul Gandhi will also launch 2 state government schemes in Raipur. Meanwhile, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi attacked the Modi government on foreign affairs, unemployment and Pegasus in his speech during that motion of thanks yesterday to the President's address in Lok Sabha. Now, his speech has triggered quite a political face-off. Let's take a look.
Fireworks erupted in Parliament when Rahul Gandhi took on Narendra Modi government on Wednesday. The Parliament Showdown took place during the debate on President's address on government policies. The Congress MP tore into the government on a range of issues. His biggest charge: the Prime Minister was ruling like a king.
Now that idea of a king has come back. That there is a king, a Shahin Shah, a ruler of rulers. It is a partnership. It is not a kingdom. Remember that. No matter what fantasies you might have, you will never ever rule over the people of the states of India.
To press his point, Rahul shared an anecdote. The Congress MP alleged that a group of Manipur politicians were asked to remove their shoes before meeting Home Minister Amit Shah. He sought Home Minister's apology over the incident.
Some political leader, I'm not going to name, came to me from Manipur. He said, Rahulji, a delegation of Manipuris, political leaders, senior leaders went to see the Home Minister. Outside his house, we were told to take off our shoes. And when we went inside his room, we found that the Home Minister was wearing his chappals.
Sharpening his attack on Modi government, Rahul raked up Pegasus in his speech, calling the alleged Snoopgate an attack on institutional framework.
When you apply Pegasus on an Indian politician, when the Prime Minister personally goes to Israel and authorizes the use of Pegasus in India, he is attacking the people of Tamil Nadu, he is attacking the people of Assam, he is attacking the people of Kerala, he is attacking the people of Bengal.
The Congress MP's attacks evoked a strong reaction from the BJP. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma slammed Rahul, saying the leader who fed his dog and political leaders from the northeast the same biscuit should not speak on decency. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi called Rahul a confused person, unaware of history. With explosive showdowns in Parliament marking the budget session, will political interest take precedence over real issues yet again? Bureau Report, India Today.
That we have made a massive blunder.
Here's some big news coming in. Rajnath schools Rahul Gandhi on his Pakistan-China remarks. Rajnath Singh says Rahul is misleading people of India. Rajnath says Pakistan-Ladakh trade to China under Nehru. In fact, he further goes on to say the Karakoram highway in POK is under the Congress's watch. Here is Rajnath Singh, who schools Rahul Gandhi on his Pakistan-China remarks. Rajnath Singh saying Rahul is misleading the people of India and that Pakistan-Ladakh trade to China was under Nehru's watch. In fact, says that Karakoram highway in POK is under the Congress's watch. And for further updates, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download our app for more. Stay tuned. Our India Today Entertainment Special coming up next.